Hi, this is Jacqueline with Nickel and Dime Decor. So glad you came to spend this time with me. Oh, and do you like my new chair? I feel like the queen on a throne. It was in my computer room, and I had a little bitty chair for in here, and my back was killing me. And lo and behold, I thought, why don't you trade chairs and see? And this is just so comfortable. Today, we're going to make, I know you've seen this on YouTube, Shabby Fabrics, I think is the one that introduced them, Christmas tree napkins. And when I watched her do that on Shabby Fabrics, I'm pretty sure she sewed her rick-rack or in between the layers. But we're not going to do that. We're going to make it as easy as possible on each other. They are folded to make a Christmas tree, but they're just circular napkins. It's two-sided, and you get two choices of what you want to do and how you want to make them. Very, very easy to do, and a lot of fun to make. Now, like I say, I didn't create these, but I created my little idea of doing the rick-rack and everything. So join me in just a bit, and I'll show you how to cut it out and what you need, and we're going to make a Christmas tree napkin. Thank you. Okay, I have cut an 18 by 22 piece of fabric. And I have my selvage up the top here. And what I'm going to do is just fold it in half. And fold it again. And that's what we're going to cut our circle out of, right here in the corner. Now, this little ruler is the best thing I ever invested in. And I would, if you can, I would sure recommend getting it. It's called the Non-Slip Circle Savvy Ruler. And it will cut any circle that you want. Isn't that great? And we're going to do the biggest one. Napkins, well, they need to be kind of big, not skimpy. And here is our line right here. And it's allowing for a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So we're going to put that corner right at this corner and line up this straight line right here on the edge. This is lined up. And then we're going to line it up over here, the straight edge. Now this extends, so you could have a bigger piece of fabric and make even bigger ones, but this is more than sufficient. So we're going to take her, and you're cutting through 4 different layers, so you're going to have to press down real hard and go over it probably twice. Let's see what we did. Ta-da! There you have it. And this is your waist. Now, you don't have any to spare up here at the top, but you do on the sides. So if you want to cut it down, but I wouldn't do that. I would just do a fat quarter and use it. It just makes life simpler. So here's our waist, And like I say, there's quite a bit of waste, but you can think of coasters or something to make out of it. And here's the one I've already cut out of the red. Well, it's not really a red. I call it a burgundy. This is my piece that's going to go with it. You want 2 layers for your napkin, 2 different fabrics. This fabric I think is so pretty, and it just has a flower. And you know, this is Christmassy without being Christmassy. I like to do that. So if you want to use them throughout the year, you can. It's not a waste just for Christmas, but yet they're Christmas napkins. Now what we're going to do is just, you know, the simplest way to do it, you don't even have to turn them. Do this, put the right side out, and the right side out this way. And to sew them together, no, that doesn't work. Wrong thought. We do have to sew right sides together because you don't want your raw edge around there. Now, I've got some rickrack that I'm going to put in, but I'm not going to do it the hard way and put it in between and pin it and then sew it together. We're going to sew this around, leave a little bit for an opening, and then we're going to turn it right sides out, and then I'm going to sew the rickrack on, just like we did in our example that I showed you. This is just sewed on to one side, but yet it peeks out. See how the edge peeks out? And you can extend it as much as you want. Mine doesn't have a whole lot extended, but you can make even more. You could pull this down and have another little bit if that's what you want. Now, napkins are always, that I make, just like my placemats, are double-sided. And you've got 2 sets of placemats. I don't ever see the reason to make a set of placemats that aren't dual purpose, one side and the other side. It's a waste to me to make them if you're not going to make them double-sided. So that's the way I make my napkins. So I'm going to set up my sewing machine, and we will just do a 1/4 inch seam. And like I say, we'll leave just enough to turn it. And then I thought white rickrack would just pop on this. I think it'd be our best bet. And you can sew it to either side. But the side that I normally use, I have it on the back side. So if I want these on top and I want to use these, I'm going to sew the rickrack on this side. But it's whichever one. If you were going to use this more and have it on top, then I would put the rickrack on this side. So I'll get my sewing machine set up, and we will do this right quickly. Okay, I have it sewed together, and then I want to show you the best way. You could take a tool, you know, and run it in there and get your seam out, and that works. This is my little tool, and go in there and run your seam around, and that helps a lot. But also, I want to show you just a real foolproof way of doing this. If you kind of pull this back and have your seam allowance that's in there to the white, and finger press right there on that seam. Just go all the way over just a small area. And then wiggle it up there. And there you be. It just makes the prettiest hemmed edge. It looks so nice. And then of course you'll press it. And then when we get to the opening, we will do our 1/4 inch and our 1/4 inch and pin it together. And then we're going to take our rickrack, and I had to go buy some more because I didn't quite have enough. And I want you to know this is supposed to be white, but this is not. To me, this is gray. That just doesn't look white to me, but if you notice in the stores, your selection of things are getting few and far between. You just have to take what you can get. It's a sad deal, but you know what? The grocery store, I looked everywhere for peanut butter, the brand that I like. Had to go to 3 different stores. It's no good. Okay, I'm going to just put this so that I can sew about 1/8 of an inch on the edge. Right down the middle. You go right down the middle so that you never go below these curves and never go above these curves. So it's imagine, if you need to, draw your line with your marking pen, if that helps you. And have your rickrack extended about that much so that you can see. And if you need to draw you a little line where to sew, do that. Mark it if it helps you. If you want to pin it, pin it. And you're going to go all the way around and back to the edge and try to match your edge. And the way that you do that is lay it over it like this, where the 2 pieces are like that, and then cut both pieces right there. And you've overlapped. And then you can cut it off. So you'll overlap it, then cut this excess off right here, and then you'll cut right there. And it'll meet and be perfectly matched. When we get there, after I get this all pressed and sewed, and I start putting this on, well, I'll show you how we do that. And then we will be done, and I'll show you how you fold it to be a Christmas tree. You know, I guess there's other ways to use these little napkins. You could put, you know, just gather them like that and put a napkin ring on it and use them, just fold it up. But aren't they precious, just folded for a Christmas tree? I just love them. I think this is as cute as a bug. Okay, I shall be right back and we'll see what we Okay, I have got, I hope you can see this, probably not. I have got my brick rack as close to the edge as I can get it. I have a little, you can see the napkin just right there in the scallop. You can just see it a little bit. That's how close I have it to the edge, and that's probably, oh, not even 1/8 of an inch. And we're going to sew right down the middle of this brick rack. And I have put a burgundy or a color to match the back in my bobbin and white on top. I'm going to put my needle down also and just very, very slowly go right under the top scallop and right over this bottom scallop. See if I can explain that. On my edge, I'm going to go right there and on down to right there. Going right down the middle so that you go right under that scallop and then right on the top of the next one right there. I hope that makes sense to you. That's how you keep it lined up. And if you want to draw a line, if you just don't think you can do that, draw you a line with your marking pen that will erase, that doesn't show. But you should be able to do it. You're just, that's your guideline, is just right on the top of that and right on the top of the bottom. Right under the one on the top. And right across the bottom. And see what it's going to be. It's going to have a lot of that showing. It's going to be pretty. Now just think of all of the combinations that you could make for Christmas. You could have a red on the bottom, green on the top, and whatever you want to do. I mean, you don't have to make them just for Christmas, but a beautiful floral on the top, and maybe a stripe or a check on the other side. Oh, that would be gorgeous. And I know it's expensive to make napkins. You use fat quarters, and if you wanted just 4 napkins, you've got 2 fat quarters right here. So that's 8 fat quarters to make napkins. And so you've got to have a lot of fabric. Most people want at least 6 napkins. So it's not the most economical thing to make, but who has napkins like this? Nobody. So if you want to be unique and you want to have something nobody else has, make you a set of napkins. It won't take you any time. It's very fast, very quick. And I'm not going to talk all the way around here because I have to go pretty slow so you don't mess up. But I'll come back just as soon as I get to the end, and then we'll join that, and we'll be through, and then we'll fold it. Okay, here we have it. Now, where I joined is hard to see, but get you some fray check and put it right there on there where I cut, and it won't be noticeable at all. But see, I just laid that on top of each other and matched it, and then sewed it on and trimmed it. Okay, there's our cutie. There's our napkin. Now, the rickrack I used was 1/2 inch wide, and there's 2.5 yards to a package, and you're only going to get 2 napkins out of 1 package of rickrack. I think you'll get 2 packages. I mean, you'll get 2, but you know, I don't know if you'll even get another one out of here. That's going to be another added cost. But I seem to be discouraging you from making these, but I don't mean to. I'm just trying to let you know up front it's going to cost you a little bit. Now, if you have a fabric stash and you've got a yard for one side and a yard for the other side for 4 napkins, or you might get 5, probably just 4 out of a yard. But if you've got it and got it to spare, why, please make you some. They're just, it's just a joy to be an individualist and have something nobody else has. Okay, I always have to look. I know you can't see me, and you don't care if you can see me or not, but I always have to lay this out because I swear I cannot remember every time how to fold this. So I'm gonna see if I can do the best I can. You're going to take your circle and put it in half. I've got this is on top, okay? And I just folded it in half, just like that. Now, you want to take from the left-hand side, you want to fold it like so, okay? About halfway, okay? I think you can see this. You fold it, then you take this big piece and fold it kinda in half, and then your other side like so. And there's your Christmas tree. Cute, 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 huh? And like I say, for during the rest of the year, if you want to use them, you know, you don't have to have a Christmas tree. You could just pick your middle like that, and then just fold it and use your napkin ring and just have them like that for everyday use all throughout the year. So let's see if we can fold this one more time. Just fold it in half. Fold it in half. Fold one side, your right side, over about halfway. And then fold this side in, and then bring it over and make your points right here join. And you can have see how I love how the layers lay like that. To me, that is so pretty. Now, pull it over if you want it tighter. See, and then you can go up a little ways. There, if you want it where it's just a little bit tighter, but I should go put it on, I will put it on my plate. I'm going to take a picture for the thumbnail for the beginning of the video. I so hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you watch all of my videos. They're for beginners, but yet again, lots of people can make things. You don't have to be a beginner to watch my videos, but they're supposed to be of help to beginners. So thank you very much, and go make you some Christmas tree napkins. God bless.